What's going on, High Society? Welcome back to another episode, Sordward and Shielbert's spectacular podcast, episode 32. It's your commissioner, Ryan, head coach Boston Brevies, joined this week by a bunch of people who know all the rules for this upcoming society season. We have Cole, head coach, Driftveil City Dragapults. How's it going, Cole?
Good. What's up?
Good to have you on. Long time no see, coming from Worcester, head coach Worcester Delbirds, Juan. What's going on, Wong? Good to see you.
What's up? Good to see you too.
Glad to have you on. We'll go over what you're doing this season coming up, but glad to have you on the podcast. Nice to see you again, my friend, especially with everything going on in the world, and Happy New Year. And last but not least, the runner-up from season 3, Dave, head coach Reno Weezings. How's it going, Dave?
I'm pretty good, Ryan.
Good. How's it feel?
Starting off the new year pretty well.
Yeah, there
How's
you
it
go.
feel like?
There you go. You have a good New Year's.
Oh, sure.
You know, get crazy. They do a big thing, fireworks and everything.
Yeah. I had to kind of work, but
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you work kind of like overnight a little bit, right?
a little, yeah. It's not so bad.
Kind of like half and half. Yeah. Yeah. Boston canceled all their fireworks and all that kind of stuff, which is what it is. I
Really?
went to
Why'd they
bed
cancel?
at a regular time, New Year's Eve, and I woke up to all these bangings. And I was like, "What the heck is that?" And it was people in, because I live near a lake, so they were all shooting fireworks off over the lake and everything. And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's midnight. Okay, back to bed." Yeah. So Dave, while I'm talking to you though, so how's it kind of feel with Oliver not coming back this season? You are kind of the top dog right now in the society, being the runner-up. So do you feel like you have a target on your back, or do you feel like you have a chip on your shoulder for being the runner-up, but now again you're kind of like the top dog? How do you feel about that?
I don't think that position is going to stay too long. I feel like last season.
What are you trying to say? You're saying like I'm not that good.
Well, yeah, in a way, I feel like last season was a tiny bit of fluke because I was entirely new to competitive Pokemon, and I'm new to doubles too. So this is going to be again kind of entirely new to me again. But I like to think my success from last year was just due to like me adapting to things quickly. Like I was able to figure out I like to plan for like my upcoming fights, but like there was a lot of things that took me by surprise, like certain abilities and lots of things. So with doubles being as complex as it is, I can see that happening a lot more and being taken aback by certain strategies a lot. And I can't pretend to know how to team build, so I don't know if my team strats are gonna do any good. But I am somewhat modest sometimes, so I might turn out to do better than I would think. Who knows?
I'm sure you'll do fine.
There's also like better competition coming in this
Yeah.
season. There's competition that seems to at least know what they're doing more.
Yeah, I do think the competition's going to take a step up. Unfortunate not to have Juan there, but we filled in with some good people. So before I get to you real quick though, Juan, I just want to address something that Dave kind of said. So you were talking about how with the complex strategies that doubles brings, you might not be able to plan for everything, and there might be more like stuff kind of thrown at you. Do you feel like it being a best of 3 format this season though you might be surprised game 1, but then you can kind of adapt game 2? Do you feel like that's an equalizer in that for a lot of teams?
Yeah, probably. I feel like that's another thing about last season. I doubt I would have done as well as I did last season because I was able to take people by surprise with like people aren't used to wall type comps. So if we had gone like 2 out of 3, things might have gone differently.
Yeah, of course.
But
like
that's an equalizer for sure.
Even I would have lost more games early on if it was 2 out of 3, because in a best of 1, you
win or you don't.
The element of surprise is much stronger.
Yeah, the element of surprise is a lot stronger, but it's easier to do in 6v6 singles and everything to come back from all that.
Sure.
Especially if you have, multiple battles against the same person, even in the second battle, you know what you're going up against.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can kind of plan around
what they were thinking the first time, and you can either be like, okay, they'll think that again, or they might expect me to try and counter it, so this is what they could do.
Yep.
All right, so Juan, as I kind of alluded to, you will not be participating as a coach this season. You're still obviously here going to help us with the rules and kind of like help us once I get like the like the spreadsheets and everything put together. I'm going to give you and Dave access to those as well, so you guys can kind of like help with the upkeep of those, especially with 2 separate divisions going on now. It'll be good to have multiple people kind of looking and checking in on those, everybody in the rules committee kind of keeping up with that. But what are your like expectations for yourself for this season kind of going forward? Like, what do you want to still be able to bring to the society? What do you, I guess we haven't really gone over like roles too much, because again, I haven't like really developed the spreadsheets yet. I was going to do that after the draft, so I haven't really been like, hey, here's what I would like everybody to do. But what do you kind of expect your role to be, if that makes any sense?
Help out the society any way I can. Now with 2 divisions, you're definitely going to need some extra help. And since I'm not going to be coaching, I could help overlook the minors a lot, so that way you can focus more on the majors. Or just any way you need me to help. Rules, if teams need advice, I mean, I'm not like elite, but I feel I'm pretty confident in Pokemon. So if anybody needs help with anything, they could always shoot me a message on Discord. I could give advice. Stuff like that. That's what I expect my role to be.
Yeah, for sure. I think that'll be a huge help. Like I said, once I get the spreadsheets and everything thrown together, give you guys all access to that, then we can kind of be like, okay, every week, like we kind of alluded to earlier on, and you just brought up, I want you to kind of focus more on the minors sort of thing and kind of be like the liaison for that. And, everybody else will be a little bit more like fluid. Like Dave would be like my top liaison for the majors, but then, Andrew and Cole can kind of like be fluid between the 2 and help out everything where you need. And obviously, I would still like oversee everything, but it'd be good to have more people, participating in that. So for sure. And and to all the coaches, as Juan brought up, make sure if you have any questions, if you have any, thoughts, ideas, like whether it's about battling or whether it's just about the society in general, definitely message one of us on the Discord. Obviously you all know my name, but everybody else, like their name's all in yellow, so they're part of the rules committee and all that, so definitely message them. And if you're just a fan or an onlooker of the society and you have any questions, you can always comment down below on these videos, or send us a message on our Instagram, etc., and we'll be happy to respond. A lot of people reach out to us on the Instagram, so Katie, head coach Denver Ninetales, is always great to respond to those. And if it's a higher up question, she always brings it to my attention. I try and respond to those people as well. So again, to our coaches and our fans, we're always here to answer questions, take feedback, etc. So definitely check that out. So Cole, been a while since we've had you on as well, since last season. So, what are your expectations going into this season? You've got the kind of the pivot pick number 8 coming up in the draft. For those who missed last week, we unveiled the draft order. So Cole's got the mucky middle 8 pick. So do you expect do you have like a certain general draft strategy? Like, you don't have to give us specifics if there's any particular Pokemon you're looking for, but being in the middle, especially in doubles, do you have like a specific draft strategy you want to employ this season?
Not really. Just probably going to do the same as I did last season. Just, pick some things and then work my strategies around from that. Like, I have some ideas already. I've been testing a couple different things, but not too much because, like Dave, I'm not too big into doing doubles. So
yeah. So for those who don't know, Cole has been doing some more videos of his own. He's been doing a monotype playthrough, and he's been doing some ranked battles with a variety of teams. So we're gonna link Cole's channel down below. So definitely check him out if you're interested in that kind of. The monotype run has been pretty fun, and I always enjoy watching anybody's ranked battles, of course. So do you plan on doing more ranked battles? I haven't seen you do any of those.
I might, but just because we're getting towards the start of the season, I might kind of slow down on that. It's just been easier because since around the beginning of the holidays, my mom's been home, so it's easier to not have to try and record and whatnot with her home.
Yeah, I understand. So for those who also don't know, the week after our draft, so the draft will be next weekend. The weekend after, there's a Players Cup 3 qualifier that's going to be online. So I but I asked the coaches of the society if they're interested after the draft to take their team that they draft and enter it into that Players Cup 3 invitational and just see like how well we can all do, because we still won't be having games that weekend, so it'd just be interesting to be like, okay, how did everybody's team do in a open sort of format, So again, I'll be doing that. Dave, Cole, I don't know if you guys are interested in trying that out.
I might. I don't know. We'll see.
Why not? I haven't actually picked up Pokemon since the last battle, since the finals. So
you got to grind for those candies so you can get your next team ready.
I know. I'll have to do that.
So let's actually take a look at the next season's kind of draft order. So we've kind of looked over this the last few weeks, but I feel like new sets of eyes, especially because this is the group, minus Andrew, who kind of molded this tier list. So we can talk about some stuff that we voted on that we had to discuss, etc. So again, most of this we went based off of usage in competitive DGC. That was my general idea, and that's what I submitted to you guys. And then we discussed different things, including taking out the Gmax tier and getting rid of the Gmax clause, etc. So were you guys hesitant about allowing mythicals in general? I know we banned a couple of them, but Cole, since there's not a lot of data about mythicals being used in VGC, were you hesitant about any or all of them that we might have put in?
Well, on some it depends also, because some people might have trouble getting them, especially stuff like Genesect and Magearna. Even though Magearna was kind of easy because you just needed a QR code.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you complete your Pokedex in the home, you get a Magearna too. But that's another
a whole
totally different thing. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I was able to, so I got mine. But
yeah. I think my wife has one of the special Magearnas. I don't have one.
The second I heard about that, I was like, yeah, I'm doing that.
Yeah, but Genesect, they haven't done like anything for recently, so
Yeah. So unless you got it in Pokemon Go, too.
yeah, that is true though. There is
Yeah, so
now
they
with
made it a little
Pokemon
easier
Go
to get.
transfers. It is a little bit easier. Like a lot more people do have it, so you can acquire it through other ways, and then yeah, and then obviously all the legendaries you can basically get now. You just grind the raid adventures, and you'll eventually get what you need for the legendaries. So, Juan, how about your thoughts on the mythicals? The only ones we really banned were Marshadow and the Gmax Melmetal. So were there any more, and Mew, of course, were there any more that you were thinking might have been ban worthy, or do you feel like the rest kind of have like their spot in the format?
Yeah, I feel like the rest have their spot. Yeah, I don't think they make anything unfair, to be honest. Like we basically banned the ones that would have made it unbalanced. So I'm happy with the tier list, and the mythicals we did allow to be part of it.
Yeah, for sure. Dave, how about you? Any thoughts on the mythicals?
Why is Marshadow like really powerful? I don't know.
It's more due to
It's harder to
Dynamaxx.
get.
It's more due to what?
Well, like Cole said, it's hard to get for one thing, but besides that, it's because of its interacting with Dynamaxxes, because its signature ability steals your opponent's boost. So in doubles Dynamaxx, if you're using like a Max Airstream or a Max Knuckle, etc. It's you and your partner. So whatever you're attacking, you're stealing their boost and making Marshadow stronger, and then it kind of just like snowballs there. So Marshadow's even stronger in the Dynamaxx format.
Gotcha.
I think it might have been okay, but it's one of those I would probably want to like test, and it's kind of hard to test it outside of just having games for fun.
I have a personal gripe with any mythical and legendary Pokemon, but that's just a personal bias with little reasoning behind it. I think the tier list is fine otherwise. I can't pretend to know too much about any mythical Pokemon because I don't think I've captured any mythical Pokemon in all of my, however many years of Pokemon. I never got into them as that deeply, but they don't seem like they're any different from like a legendary or whatnot, other than they're hard to get. So
yeah, and most legendaries are better than most mythicals too. There's a few like Genesect and Magearna might be like top end mythicals, but other than that, other Pokemon usually outclass them.
sure.
Let's kind of look through the tier list just real quick, go over some of the stuff that we had to do discussions on. So we decided, as we said, no Dynamaxx clause this season. So Gmax forms are now like separate forms. So that's why you'll see stuff like Gmax Colossal is S tier, but regular Colossal is A tier. Just to kind of like separate them, because obviously Gmax Colossal is going to be better than regular Colossal due to its Gmax attack vocalist. Originally we had Galarian Weezing as B tier, but we voted and decided to make it A tier along with regular Weezing. That definitely weakens Regigigas, and I would be surprised if anybody picks Regigigas. I think if Galarian Weezing was B tier, I could definitely see like a round 1 Weezing pick into a round 2 Gigas pick. What was that, Cole?
I was just agreeing.
Yeah,
Galarian Weezing
I feel like that would have been an
last long.
obvious strat. Yeah.
It's a bit of a shame that that's out the window now. Kind of. I know you got coughing, but it's coughing.
Yeah. You would have to be like, okay, I'm going to weaken my team with coughing here, and you know, like you can run Eviolite at that point, and then I don't know exactly what the stat spread would be with that, but I mean, someone might try it, if
It could be their D pick, right?
Right.
yeah, it would be their D pick. So you have to use your A pick to pick Regigigas, but if you really want to use Regigigas,
Yeah,
you'll be taking up your D pick. And there's other ways to get around Regigigas.
But they're just harder.
You could pick Regigigas in A, and then down in B you got the laddies. You could simple beam, your Regigigas.
Or use something with entrainment.
Yep. So there are other ways. They're just they take up
moves
more strategy.
For sure.
Yeah. So kind of looking at the S and H here, there's nothing too surprising here. Certain mythicals, of course, that we just felt were powerful or had good moves, stat spreads, etc.
Or you could do like a Galarian Weezing and Archaeops, because it's defeatist. Archaeops, I've heard, is kind of a beast. Or without defeatist, it's kind of a beast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, without that stat drop when it gets to half health, it's definitely a lot better. And Meteor Beam's a big pickup for Archaeops, getting a strong special rock attack as well. Because then you can, not have to worry about Intimidate or anything. You can run special Archaeops.
Yeah.
Air Slash. And, Archaeops is a good Dynamaxx target without a defeatist. So that is an option. So good call, Cole. That's definitely a good option. But I'm just ready to start drafting. I don't know. I feel like maybe I took too much of a break in between seasons, but I'm sure some people are like Dave, like you were saying, you haven't picked up Pokemon you needed.
It's probably because there was such a break that I kind of drifted away from Pokemon a bit during the break. Like if it were a closer draft, then I probably would have. I probably haven't prepared enough, or at least built or prepared my draft strategy, I guess. But I still got one more week, so.
Yeah. I've just been training up certain strong Pokemon, and then if the couple weeks before, because we have 2 weeks in between the draft and when the first game has to be done, so you can train up the last few or the team that you need.
Yeah. So there's time.
Yeah, exactly. Then we got the C picks all down here. Starting to get to the crappy Pokemon. There's still some good stuff. I'm a fan of Kabutops, especially if you go with a rain thing. I think Kabutops is good. I actually used Butterfree in my Season 2 championship, and it did really well for me.
I was facing somebody in ranked, and they had a rain team because they had a Kabutops with Swift Swim, and it outsped my the Frost Blast that I was using.
Yep. Yeah, because it has a base 80 speed, and then you just double that, so it becomes crazy. You would need Regieleki basically.
Right.
Regieleki your bust. And then we got the D pick, so you're getting down to some real.
Shame there's only one D pick.
There's some things you can do in here,
there's
right?
Dave's Pyukumuku.
Yeah, Pyukumuku. It's harder to do in doubles. So you have to fight two things. So, but there's some stuff I was talking about. Sneasel, I think, is really good in certain strategies. You can do beat up or kind of surf weakness policy shenanigans with it.
I'm surprised it is that low.
Often.
Isn't Sneasel preferred over Weevil at times, in doubles?
Yeah, it is. Mainly because it's weaker, so you're not hurting yourself as much. Because usually those are self-proc strategies.
Yeah.
So it's it doesn't gain that much speed compared to Weavile, and it's obviously weaker, so you won't hurt yourself as much. And inner focus means you can't be flinched. So
or intimidated.
Yeah. Other in the D pick, you only got to pick one, right? So
be a mascot. Where's
Like,
Delbird?
I want somebody to try a Gmax Pingler team, but I always thought like Gmax Pingler's Gmax ability was good. You know, it partially lowers your opponent's speed, so that's a -2 speed drop on both opponents. But
Pingler's
you know,
got
Pingler's
bad
not a
stats.
weak Pokemon. It's just it needs support, and you're not getting up the rain with its max move. So, you know,
No.
weather control and making your other water moves stronger.
So you need like a Pelipper or
Yeah,
Poliwrath.
Politoed.
Politoed with drought. Drizzle. God, I can't talk. I knew what I wanted to say, but my mouth had other ideas.
I think Noctowl is solid too. It can learn like Hypnosis and other stuff. Same thing with Xatu. You know, like you're gonna need to find like something support here. Like you could do Bronzong and try and have like a Trick Room thing. Like if you just like a Trick Room setter, like it's harder to do, but
Turtonator's good in Trick Room,
yeah.
Phalanx.
especially in doubles. I see somebody I follow on YouTube has his own battle league, and he was using a Turtonator with like a Trick Room set.
Yeah, Journey is good if you're not getting hit like on the special side.
Yeah.
You know, it's got very high defense. Carbink can do some things. You can like guard swap another thing to make your ally like super bulky. I think it also can learn Trick Room, so there's a couple options there. But
Piloswine seems like a good pick at D.
yeah, Piloswine's not bad. You can run Eviolite, make it pretty bulky. You know, it has solid attack for what it does, so you get some different options. Priority, Ice Shard. You know, it could Dynamaxx if need be. I mean, obviously, ground and ice are good offensive stats. It gets Oblivious, so as Cole brought up with Inner Focus, you can't be intimidated. You know, can't be infatuated, other things.
Who uses infatuation?
Yeah, so, I'm ready to draft it. I can't wait for this upcoming weekend. And
Is it this upcoming? I thought you pushed it back to the 16th or whatever.
No, the
it's
8th.
the 8th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's this upcoming Friday, the 8th. So
Gotcha.
yeah, you're thinking the minors draft is the 16th.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the week after. So yeah, so so that's the tier list. So while we're still on the topic of Pokemon, I was thinking something fun we could talk about is kind of like a New Year's resolution Pokemon style. Again, happy 2021 to everybody watching. So this is the 25th anniversary year for Pokemon, so they claim to have a lot of great stuff coming out, you know. We know how Pokemon likes to hype stuff up and then not deliver on certain things, but I feel like they've gotten better recently than maybe before. So I just want to go around and we'll each kind of say something that we either want or expect to have happen in Pokemon's 25th anniversary, and then just have like a personal, you know, New Year's resolution or goal. You know, it doesn't have to be Pokemon related. It can just be, you know, for yourself, whatever you want it to be, guys. So, Juan, let's start with you. Tell me your Pokemon prediction or, you know, desire for the 25th anniversary, and then tell me your personal New Year's resolution.
Well, I expect them to like release a anniversary video, and that's it. I'm not really expecting anything crazy. Maybe they'll do like some cool updates to Pokemon Go or something like that. What I would want is possibly a new Pokemon game, and maybe we get a better story this time around. Not that Sword and Shield was like terrible, but I just feel like there's areas they can improve on a new Pokemon game. But they also might be waiting for a new Nintendo system. Who knows? Because I think Sword and Shield has a lot of content in it.
What
Yeah,
Pokemon do you think had a good story? Was there
Well,
any
that's what
Pokemon
I'd say.
game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mean,
I don't know.
People think Black and
That's what I'm
White had a good story. I think
Oh,
people
yeah.
say Black and White, Black 2, White 2 had a good story. I definitely think Sword and Shield could have had a good story. Does that make sense?
yeah. No, it does make sense. But we'll see what happens. As for a New Year's resolution, when I come back to the league, I hope to be better than I was before. That'll be my resolution. Because I don't really have anything else, so I just thought about that right now.
I think this year's resolution for most people is just the bar is so low at this point after last year for so many people. Let's just be better than 2020 here. So,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, and stay healthy and just hope things get better, as they will.
Yeah, for sure. I think for a lot of people, knock on wood, things can only go up. So we'll have to see. There's gonna be a lot happening early on in 2021. So we got to get through another whirlwind of political climate, sort of shenanigans and everything. But we'll get through it, and we'll all meet up at the other end. Cool. How about you? Predictions for the 25th anniversary, or what you would want, and then a personal New Year's resolution?
Well, my hopes is, and it's a lot of just rumors, are either Diamond and Pearl remakes. I know there was a rumor of an open world Pokemon game. That would be interesting to see. And then the third DLC, considering we still don't have certain Pokemon in the decks yet.
Yeah, they're still missing it's over 200. I think it's close to 250 Pokemon that we're still missing.
I don't mean to cut you guys off, but the Diamond and Pearl remake or remastered is long overdue, to be honest.
Oh, of course.
I think a lot of people in the Pokemon community have been asking for that for a long time. So that would be nice.
Yeah, and what we don't need is another set of games in Kanto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
we've already had 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think we've had enough of those.
Kind of going on to what you said too, Cole, about an open world thing. I think at this point we should understand that Game Freak will never put that many resources into this game. You saw what they did with the hardware for Sword and Shield. Sure, they did a lot better with the expansions. I think the expansions made up for some of it, but there's still a lot that was lacking. I'm hoping if they make a, as you said, Diamond Pearl remake, from that you can complete the, national decks and everything, and you can use the models already put in Sword and Shield and improve upon them. You have the base data and models and everything, and you can just tweak them a little bit, give them a little bit more personality and different stuff. I think that could be overdue for that. But yeah, I think at this point, maybe, in 50, 60, 70, 100 years, we might see an open world Pokemon game, but I think there would need to be some drastic changes, unlike the Game Freak or Pokemon companies, and because I don't know what it is, why the largest, video game franchise of the past 25 years can't, put the money behind the product to come out with this crazy stuff. But I don't know, there just seems to be some sort of barrier, or, whether it's Game Freak or whatever wants to keep maybe a smaller group or something. I don't know.
I'll wait to Detective Pikachu, right?
Yeah.
And
maybe they're making too many games, Dave. Maybe, they have all these other side games. I know it's other companies do them, but maybe there's You know, you got Pokemon Cafe, you got Pokemon Unites coming out. You know, I know Niantic does Pokemon Go and everything, but maybe they come out with too many side games or whatever. But I think Game Freak just handles the base games. I think it's more like Pokemon Company kind of does all the other stuff.
I don't even think it's just Game Freak. I feel like Nintendo in general has been very out of touch when it comes to like newer game trends. Like,
I mean, Breath of
especially when it comes to
Zelda.
like,
Zelda's always been pretty groundbreaking in keeping up with stuff. You could look at like Breath of the Wild. I mean, that came out how many years ago, and that was pretty, you know, well received by people.
That's like,
I feel like that's
when...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, that's an example of Nintendo
True.
kind of doing something.
I think they play it safe too much sometimes.
Yeah.
Like they don't take as much risk as they probably used to.
I just want them to rework their like online. I guess.
Yeah, that's another thing. They're 20 years behind on that.
Yeah, really. It's like it's 2021 now, and they can barely do like netcode right for
exactly.
all their games.
You can't even like we were playing on the original Xbox and like PS2, and we would have like, you know, easier times partying up with our friends and doing stuff, you know, and like you can't even do that on like Pokemon. You gotta use that silly like code system and everything. Like, why can't you just like, you have a way to add friends? You made it very difficult because you gotta like send friend codes and do all this stuff instead of just typing in like unique names and everything. But okay, you have a way to add friends. Why can't you now have a friends list and I can be like, oh, I see Cole's online. Let me challenge him to a battle. You can accept or deny it, whatever. But no,
like on Pokemon Go, you can see who's online.
Yeah, you can see when they pop online. Yeah, but you can't interact with them anyway.
Yeah.
Some of the things they do add are really weird too. Like when you're online in Sword and Shield, and you can see people walking around in the wild areas. Like, okay, who cares?
Here's some bread I found.
Exactly.
Or here's a pack of sausages.
They might as well just be bots. They're, I don't know.
Or the rare actual non-curry ingredient, like a moo milk.
Yeah. They're like, thanks for this useless garbage.
Just free money.
Yeah, I guess it's 25 polka dollars or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. So, and what's your personal New Year's resolution, Cole? We're getting off.
I really don't know at this point. Like you said, you know, 2020 set the bar so low. It's just, you know, doesn't really matter right now.
Yeah. We'll look back on it for sure. Dave, predictions or desires for the 25th anniversary?
I don't know. I feel like Nintendo, I don't know. Maybe I'm just cynical about Nintendo for the past year or two. Just some of their practices and whatnot. I don't know. For Pokemon, if it weren't for like this league and everything, I probably wouldn't be playing it anymore. I probably wouldn't be into Pokemon. Pokemon catches my attention every like once in a blue moon. But it's usually, if it does, it's for like the new generation games, like when they're actually rolling out new Pokemon. So if they did like a remake for the 4th generation, that'd be cool, because I have fond memories of the 4th generation, but I don't know. Well, we'll see. It depends, because who knows, I might, being in this league and seeing everyone else play it, maybe I'll be like, oh man, dang, now I gotta get it, you know. But I don't know. I don't have like any big expectations, because right now I am a bit jaded over it. So if anything, they have a lower bar to leap over, I guess. Yeah, lower bar to reach. So we'll see. I don't know. I guess they got to do something, right? The only time they really didn't do something for like an anniversary was like what, Metroid or something? I don't know. Sometimes they don't.
We're still waiting.
They forget.
We're still waiting for Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah. Well, it got canceled and then they just got delayed. But I'm all for cooking a game longer so it doesn't come out like garbage.
It's cyberpunk. Excuse me. COVID.
Did you guys pick that up? Any of you?
Yeah.
Others did, and they're actually, I was talking to them today, and we were talking about how they're refunding everybody, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna look into that.
Yeah, I'm waiting till they fix all the bugs on the older gen consoles before I actually do buy it.
Yeah. I don't know. At this point, like, from what I've heard, I don't even know why they would bother fixing the older gen stuff.
My
Some
personal
of the new gen stuff isn't working. Like, unless you have like a PC, I've heard it's not like optimized.
My personal experience with it hasn't actually been as bad as other people's. I have it on Xbox One, and I mean, yeah, it does crash, but for the most part, it runs good for me. So I mean, I've enjoyed it, but you know, other people have had different experiences. So, but the bugs and all that, it's all real. Like, they should have delayed it, or at least they should have just released it for PS5 and the Series X, because this one, I don't think they even admitted themselves that they didn't care too much about the current gen. So
yeah, probably after that first delay, they just started putting more resources into the other stuff. But I mean, you know, everybody who owns a good PC is like, haha, you console plebs. Yeah. So Dave, how about your personal New Year's resolution for 2021? You got anything on the table?
Well, with my job right now, I've been trying to figure out, like, because we've had to work on COVID and stuff at my lab, so things got really busy, and now that things are slowing it down a bit with that, I gotta figure out whether I want to like continue here, because I do like it here. I do like in Nevada, or moving out back east, because like not only with you guys, but like there's a lot of people out east that you know, most of my social life is out there, so it'd be nice to. And there is a site for my lab out there, so it'd be an easy transfer. It's just, do I want to go back out to like snow and gross seasons?
Gotta deal with that shit.
And humidity, and
I
would miss the weather out here so much. I love Nevada weather, and it's just, I don't know. We'll see. That's my, I guess, if anything, my resolution is to figure out what I'm doing on that. And for gaming, I don't know. I don't really have much of a gaming resolution, especially not with Pokemon. Just, I guess, maybe do well in doubles. At least get into finals.
Ooh, okay. So you want to at least get to where you got last season. So that.
Well, what finals is like top 8, right?
Oh, you mean playoffs? 10? You mean just getting to playoffs?
Oh, playoffs.
The finals of the playoffs.
Okay.
Not the season finals.
I would be surprised if we got into finals, but yeah, I would at least hope to get into playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah. So just be better than most.
Sure, yeah. Above average.
Just don't be last.
Yeah.
Don't be like Josh was last season.
Hopefully he'll be ready. I was talking to him the other day, and I was like, hey, you know, the draft is coming up. You gonna be ready? And he was like, yeah, but
we'll see.
We'll see. So for me, for the 25th anniversary, I mean, they definitely have a lot that's confirmed going on. You know, they got the movie coming out that it has been delayed, so that's kind of been hyped up a little bit. I like the art style of the movie. It looks good anyway. They got Pokemon Unite, which I'm actually like excited to try, especially because it's free to get into. So I mean, there's no harm in trying it.
Is it mobile?
Different types of Pokemon game. What's that?
Is it mobile or is it on Switch?
It'll be on Switch and mobile.
Okay.
They're gonna have it on both.
That's a MOBA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool, honestly. Like, I'd be down for a Pokemon MOBA, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna try it. Is all I'm saying. Like, I'll try it.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
put it on the channel and everything. So when it first comes out, and see how bad I am at it. Never playing a MOBA seriously in my life. So, but I'll try it. Yeah, and obviously, I'm sure there'll be some sort of game update. I'm expecting Diamond Pearl remakes, but who knows? I don't think it would be a whole new game, right? Like a generation. I mean, it wouldn't be like a whole new generation, but
no, because Gen 8 hasn't been out for that long.
No,
it hasn't.
But like one of the problems with this current generation is usually the second like game. So they've had like Black and White 2. X and Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, blah, blah, blah. Usually whatever the second game is carries over the component from the first set of games. So like X and Y, you had Mega Evolutions into, and then Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, you had more Mega Evolutions into. Like they kind of like connected that, right? And then obviously Ultra Sun and Moon, they were just like rehashed games with a slightly different story, but they kept like the same thing with Z moves and Ultra Beasts and everything. I don't know how they would explain Dynamaxx going to Diamond and Pearl. Like if that's the gimmick for this generation, Dynamaxx, I don't know how you would incorporate it to Diamond and Pearl, and then if you don't incorporate it, then you're kind of splitting the competitive base, because a lot of people in the competitive scene have liked Dynamaxx, and casual people like it too. Big Pokemon, like it's kind of like a casual thing on like a base level, but competitive wise, people like it as well, because especially in doubles, it allows for different things and certain strategies that people have never seen before. So I don't know how you would incorporate that. I mean, they'll probably just...
What do you mean, from like a story standpoint?
Yeah, from like a story standpoint, because...
They'll pull something out.
Yeah,
they'll be like, oh, this magical, amulet allows you to bring over
what would have to happen is they would have to somehow have like an event or something happen where like a Eternatus or a Eternatus-like Pokemon like crashes or attacks the region or whatever, because the Dynamaxx particles come from Eternatus and everything. It arriving in Galar is what makes Galar have these what's called Galar particles. They're literally called Galar particles. And
well, they'll just have some Galar particles, shipped over.
The winds changed.
Yeah, sure.
Galar particles blew over. But
I mean, there is a rumor that Snowpoint City is right below the Crown Tundra.
Oh, really?
Because kind of like the features for the land are kind of similar.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I always wish they would do like a map of all the regions. But I mean, as they're adding more and more regions, I guess it'd be hard to be like, okay, here's a concrete map, because obviously, as games come out, you would add more. But,
and we obviously know Johto and Kanto are right next to each other.
Yeah, we know that, but other than that, you don't really.
So I gotta wonder, like, what is I know you were lauding Zelda or Breath of the Wild as a great accomplishment. What would you say a great step in Pokemon would be? You think that they need to step away from this kind of tried and true method that they go about that hasn't changed since like Gen 1, where it's just go from city to city and blah blah blah, or do you think they need to do something different, like with open world or whatever? Because I know a lot of people are asking for that. They kind of did it with wild areas.
Yeah, I think the expansions did that a little bit better. Like the wild area was just
I don't know about that.
Like the expansions are just giant wild areas, but so I'm a realist. I like to think
Yeah, that's what I'm asking
So-
for. What's your realist?
Pokemon is a
Yeah.
children's game. Okay, I'm a 30-year-old
Sure.
playing a children's game. So
That-
when you
that's
build a new Pokemon game, you understand that your age range is like 7 to 15. Like those are the people you're marketing to.
Yeah,
like-
it's true.
So you need the game to go with that, which is why, especially like people.
Well, I'm not
complain
saying
about the hand-holding,
like grim dark
the area.
Pokemon or something.
Yeah, I would like. So I think they can appease both, though, right? You can still have like a linear, okay, Route 1, Route 2, you know, get to a city, blah blah blah. You can still do that and keep it basically linear enough for your target audience to play and enjoy the game and etc. But why can't Route 1 have these quote unquote secret branching paths that go around, or you know, they used to have with the HMs, like they've kind of gone away from HMs the last couple generations, but bring back like the Pokemon ride mechanic from Sun and Moon, or like, you know, the buddy mechanic that was in Let's Go, bring that back in some aspect, you know, because I don't like HMs. I don't like having to have an HM
No.
slave on my team, but you bring that back and it's like, okay, now you've learned rock climb, like you've gone at Tauros now, you're a Pokemon rider that can rock climb. Oh, now you can go back to Route 2 and here's a whole separate path and everything. And oh, maybe that path eventually leads to this cave that connects to this. That, you know, I think they could go bigger that way and have more explorability. Like they did that a little bit in Sword and Shield, but that was more like you go back and now when you have the water bike, you can go down this river and find some like TMs and different stuff. But
So like a Metroidvania or something.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Metrovania style.
yeah, but yeah, I think that's how they could appease both. Like still appease to your target audience of like, okay, this game's for kids and we need to keep it easy enough that kids can play it and enjoy it, but then have this level of exploration for the older people. And then, you know, the wild area was a good start, so you can keep expanding on that. If you somehow get the connectivity so that the people actually in the wild area might be actual real people, even if you could somehow just get it to like only your friends appear in there, and then, you know, Cole and I could like meet up by the rock or whatever and like have a battle or trade or, you know, converse or whatever. I don't know. Like, I doubt they would ever do that, but
No.
that is something that maybe they could look into.
Are open world games really like not conducive to children or something? Like, do they have a tough time playing them or something? Is that like common knowledge?
I mean, I would say so. Like,
Yeah? You think so?
I mean, I think a teenager could get it, but I mean, you're talking about like a 8-year-old or whatever. Like,
Well, what's rough about it? Like, what's rough about it compared to
I
any
think
other
they just
aspect
need
of
to
any other
know
game?
where they're going to
Yeah.
cut down on a
Okay,
frustration
that's
factor. Like, you need
yeah.
progress. You need to show progress in the game.
They're not
Good
used to
point.
being able to like make all their own choices.
They wouldn't know where to go half the time. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to show progress somehow, and that's going from town to town, leveling up your Pokemon, completing gym badges, and that's how you show progress in your Pokemon game. So you need to keep that progress at a certain pace. You know, you need to like, you know, have it at a certain pace to keep people engaged.
You never know though. You know, some of the Nintendo, they've sort of acknowledged some of their more hardcore fan bases in
And
certain
I mean,
games.
you could do like
I
how
can see
Black
them
2,
do
White 2 did, and have like a hard mode and
Yeah.
do something like that. You know, make it like a little bit different with that somehow, and I'm sure a lot of people enjoy that.
Yep.
You know, but
Sure.
there's ways around it. I'm sure they could do it, but
I'll
I
give
think
you.
they're still gonna always target to the children, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
sure.
target.
That's their target audience.
And so when people play the game, from our point of view, we're just trying to breeze through it, right? We're like, I don't really play the game for the story anymore. Like since Gen 3, when I was like 10 or whatever, I haven't played the game for the story. But, you know, I play to get to that end game, get all the Pokemon I need, train them all up as best I can, you know, do all this stuff, and then I want to battle people, and I don't want to do that stuff, and that's more what I'm into. But I think they should bring back like Battle Factory or Battle Tower sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they had like a Battle Tower, but I know that they've had like better instances of it in previous games that people really enjoyed, and that was more of a competitive like puzzle solving style for different things.
Sure.
Do that. Juan, you were about to say something?
Oh, well, maybe it could give the main character more of a personality. Like maybe have him talk for once.
It's supposed to be you're the main character.
Yeah.
I know, but still, like,
Self-insert.
try to change it up a little bit. Or, like, give him a purpose, instead of always trying to be the best. Like, give him a reason why they want to be a champion.
You want to be a champion so you can afford to go to medical school.
Or even like
at least put
multiple
decent-
dialogue options would be cool. Besides yes and no.
Yeah. We get into like Mass Effect Pokemon style here. Like, I need to influence this person.
Well, not even like changing the way, people react to you. It's just, it would be cool to like, see all the different dialogue options that you could have though.
I think that
Get
could
some
be-
better animations.
Yeah, I mean, that's like base level, right? And that's on Game Freak, and which is why I'm hoping if they do like a second game this year, that they just take the animations that they have, port those, and then like use their time and effort to improve on those.
Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely animations. Like, I don't hate the graphic style of this generation,
Me neither.
but I think the animations could definitely be better.
I think the graphic style is kind of poor in comparison to how big Game Freak is and what their capability could achieve, but I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not also like not picky either. Sorry?
I said the trees in the wild area. Those are
I know everybody harps on the trees, but I don't know.
those textures. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so they got the new Pokemon Snap coming out this year too, which I'm sure a lot of people will want to pick up. So there's definitely stuff coming out. I'm not expecting anything to blow me away, but I'd be happy if there's something that we're not expecting to pop up and be like, whoa, but I doubt it. And personal resolution, looking to get a new PC so I can actually like stream the games. So we hopefully will have money to do that now that the holidays are done and everything. Because I need a better computer to stream stuff. And that would be good for everybody. Well, for me, anyway. All right, so with that, our New Year's resolutions, kind of our predictions of the 25th anniversary. So, let's take a break from Pokemon, though. Dave's been taking a break since last season. Let's take a break in this podcast and any other games that we've, we brought up Cyberpunk. So, to all those who are getting their refunds on Cyberpunk, maybe this is for you. But what other games we've been playing or have played? Juan, you kind of brought this up last season as something you kind of want to discuss as a little break. So are there any games you've been kind of binging or maybe even that you're looking forward to that are coming out?
Not really games looking forward to, but I got a bunch of games for Christmas so like, for example, like I got the Resident Evil remakes. I'll try those out. Cyberpunk, as I mentioned, and as I said, people have had different experience with it. My experience has actually been better than others, so I've actually enjoyed my time with Cyberpunk. But it's games like Doom Eternal and stuff like that. So, and I got a Switch game, a Mario Maker 2, Mario Kart 8. So, and a Link's Awakening remake. So, got quite a bit.
Yeah,
stuff
you'll be busy.
Yeah.
How about you, Cole? Any games you've been playing lately?
Just stuff on my Xbox. I just started playing NBA 2K20 that my mom had gotten me because I had to delete some stuff because my 1 terabyte Xbox One was almost full.
Filled up. Oh my god.
Yeah. So I just got rid of like a couple apps that I barely ever use anymore. And then I got rid of a game that I haven't played in a while. So I was just like, you know what, it's really no big deal. And then I've been playing the majority of what I've been playing is either, you know, like Sword and Shield or bunch of Pokemon fan-made games. I've been having fun with those.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So like Radical Red and whatnot. Yeah. God, that game is hard.
You think about like recording those and posting that?
I might. We'll see. Because I got stuff like that. I got Insurgents, Pokemon Uranium. And going off the Insurgents, I know Dave had mentioned about, you know, like it doesn't have to be like a darker storyline. Insurgents has that option where people are actually get like killed. And there's like cults in the game, and you can actually see people like get killed. I was like, wow, they really went darker. But you also have the option of choosing whether it's a traditional or a darker storyline. So at least they're like, hey, you don't have to choose you can choose one or the other.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe when you start the game up, you know, going back to like Dave's sort of thing with the Dark Story, you start the game up and you gotta like confirm your age and everything. And that's what kind of story you get. Okay, you're about 18, here to have your eyes blown out.
Right.
Yeah, so that's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you can record that stuff, that'd be fun to watch. You know, I see people post those all the time, but I don't like check them out because I don't care about their channels. But you know, if you posted them, I would definitely check them out. All right, Dave, how about you? You've been playing any other game? Dave, when we playing some Among Us?
Oh God, I think that's gone. Like, believe me, I think that's gone and past. People, it was a phase, I guess. It was fun. Believe me, I'd love to play again. It's just hard getting people together, you know?
It's coming out on the Switch.
There a lot of my friends at work and stuff, they're playing Cyberpunk right now. As they're into that. You know, a lot of them are PC gamers, so they're not having as much trouble with it. I don't know. It's probably not gonna happen anytime soon. If anything, maybe like Jackbox, but
Jackbox is fun.
That was a bit. That also was a bit a while ago. This year's Jackbox. Usually, me and my friends we play a good like week or two, but we didn't play this one much. So I don't know if it was just we weren't into it as much this year, or it was. Or we'll play it later because other stuff was cropping up, but I don't know. If anything comes up, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But for me, I've been just doing my roguelikes. You know, my Spelunky, my card builders, Spelunky, you know, Monster Train, Crummets Tale, just really indie kind of smaller games. And then just some smaller co-op stuff, whether it be Spelunky or like I've been playing that Phantasmo, I think it was called, with my friends, the ghost hunting thing. That one got sort of popular, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, just Steam stuff really.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I don't get into the indie games too much. I don't know if that's
a shame. You're missing out. Honestly,
yeah.
I like
some of them I do, but I don't know. I like either competitive games or co-op games. So it's, you know, some.
Hey, I put a good 1,000 or so hours into Osonauts, which is a pretty indie MOBA-ish kind of game. That was pretty cool, but it's pretty much dead nowadays.
Yeah.
But you find a couple of gems here and there.
That's cool. You'll have to send me a list of some of them, maybe.
Oh, sure.
There you go. So, yeah, as for me, for other games I've been playing, I mean, I don't have a lot of time, but I've been trying to get into like airsoft. So, in like real life. So to kind of scratch my itch, I've been playing more Rainbow Six Siege.
Real life? What is that?
Real life. Real life. I'm more than just a screen, people. I'm a three-dimensional object in a three-dimensional space.
So you're a VR. Okay, gotcha.
Right. If I was VR, I wouldn't look like this. I would change that. But yeah, I've been doing that. I mean, I like to play Apex with a couple friends, but I haven't gotten to play like too much these past couple seasons. Yeah, other than that, I mean, I just haven't had time for video games too much, which is unfortunate. What time I do have, I'm usually playing the Pokemans. So it's all good, but I would like to have other games to play, but I also realize that I don't have the time to play them. So it stops me from getting or trying new games. And, that's on me and my priorities, but I think my priorities are where they need to be right now.
Yeah.
So,
especially with being a brand new data and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Playing games is hard with a kid, but you gotta take care of the kid. And she likes playing games sometimes. I've won several games of Apex
Oh,
with
yeah?
she's playing along with me, She grabs the controller and tries to make me die, and it's like playing on extra hard mode. She likes playing the Pokemon. I'll have like I'll have my Switch kind of like this, and she'll like be playing the stuff, and I'm like trying to select the moves, and I'm like, no. It's a lot of telling her no, but she doesn't understand. So, yeah. But
Maybe when she gets older, she can start playing with you.
that's what I'm saying. I'm introducing her early. Got to build this foundation. Build a prodigy, and hopefully by the time she's 10, she can take over this league, and I can
The student will become the teacher.
Yeah, exactly. So. We'll see. By then, we'll be on like Gen 12, and
right.
Everything will be different. But yeah, so definitely. I used to play a lot more different games like Smash Brothers, and I didn't get the latest expansion packs for that. But again, I don't play it enough, so I don't feel like spending the money to get the expansion packs. But Juan, he does a lot of video game tournaments, or at least he was before COVID shut everything down. So I got a lot of my Smash Brothers time in at his video game tournaments, but obviously he knows people who are better at the game than I am. So
you're not half bad, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm not half bad, but there are people who are better, so I still don't end up.
Well,
winning.
You could pick next time. Pick Sephiroth because he's pretty cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously, like I said, I haven't gone to play as like him or the ARMS person or Steve, but I think those are the three that I don't have right now for not having this battle pass or whatever they call it, fighter pass. Yeah, but Juan, did you want to talk about your video game tournaments? We play a large variety of games on those, and as you said, I think I would have had a chance to pick my own game night this season. I think I might have been able to, and now I'm disappointed that I wasn't able to due to COVID restrictions.
Yeah, you were coming up next, so yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna pick a game I haven't played in a hot while, For Honor from Ubisoft, but I thought that would have been a fun sort of game to play at a video game tournament. 1v1 sword fighting kind of game. So that's a game that I would like to boot back up again just to see, because Ubisoft, even though like their games Rainbow Six hasn't really died, but For Honor kind of died. But Ubisoft's one of those companies that they still put a lot of content into their games. Like I still follow loosely For Honor, and they still update it all the time with new characters and different events and everything.
They still update Division 2.
Yeah. The Division 2, they still come out with stuff. Obviously Rainbow Six, they update all the time. Like, I started back up like last month, and I didn't know like what half the operators were anymore, and I used to play that game like all the time. It's like, I don't know what any of these do. I hope I don't have to play against these people. But yeah, so I mean, Ubisoft is I think they're one of the few good video game companies. At least they continue to update and change their games and all that. So yeah, kind of going off of that. So yeah, anything else you guys want to talk about before we kind of wind it down here? I know we've kind of talked about a lot of different stuff, but 2021, we gotta start it off on a good note and talk about things that we're passionate about, kind of forget about 2020 and everything. So, I guess we can kind of do this. Juan kind of brought this up beforehand, but Juan, you said we should like kind of make our predictions for this season or how we want or expect to do. So, I'm going back to the trophy. I'll say that now that I have officially lost the season, I can kind of come back guns blazing, so to speak, and got a chip on my shoulder, like I'm a loser now, Dave, how about you?
Top.
Yeah. How about you, Dave? You got a prediction reaction? You kind of went over yours, but
I gotta like maybe watch the previous podcasts or something again. I get to know the new coaches a little bit more because I don't really know all that much about them. I know about Anthony. I knew he was like really competitive back in college, so I know he'll be taking it seriously and he'll probably be tough competition. And from what I heard, some of the others talking about, they seem to really know what they were doing. So I know we'll be facing some tough competition. So I think we'll be seeing new faces up in the higher ranks this season.
How about you, Cole? What about your predictions for this season? You did pretty well last season, being your first season too. So do you think you can take the next step from there?
I'm gonna go with the nice, simple answer of I'm not going to be in last place because anything could happen. So
well,
I'm just gonna remain positive.
My Psyducks are still here, so last place is locked up. Congrats, Ali! You did it.
Why are we so mean to Ali?
But we're not.
I know, right?
Mean.
Poor guy.
We're not mean to Ali. Ali, we love you. We say all of this with love.
I will say he knows he sucks.
Yeah.
Like he's come out and admitted that
he doesn't
he's
suck.
not
His
good.
Pokemon suck.
Yeah. He knows the Pokemon he picks suck, but yet he continues to pick them. So.
Hopefully this time he'll
okay.
actually get like his actual
same.
picks.
Yeah. So we'll see. So again, guys, thanks for coming on. Happy 2021. Next week's podcast, we're gonna have the majors draft all set. So we're gonna break down the whole draft and everything. So all our viewers aren't gonna want to miss that. We'll get to see what everybody picked. We're gonna have everybody kind of rank their first impressions of the teams. Hopefully I can get the last couple new coaches for the majors on for that one. But yeah, that'll be a really fun podcast. And as always, stay classy, society.